Can you elaborate a little bit more on what you were doing and then how you kind of capitalized on that?
Well, I had the opportunity to have a signing at my local Barnes and Noble, which it took me basically a year of just like popping in every other month or so to talk about it with them. And eventually, about I think there were seven other authors, including one that was published by Disney. You could tell by the cover it was extravagant. And we got there. I set up and I started, people started flowing in, and some familiar faces, some not so familiar faces. A face that I haven't seen since I graduated in 2008 popped in there and bought a book, and I was like, oh my goodness, you haven't aged a day. She must have the One Ring. But yeah, which it was great, and it did the craziest part of it was that I would have sold 13 total copies, but somehow one just up and vanished and all that. So it took over an hour for me to be allowed to actually leave the Barnes and Noble, and eventually I was able to leave because we couldn't find that copy. So someone must have just been like absent-minded and everything. But after that, I posted the picture with a little bit of description. And the picture was taken by my wonderful sister Emily, and it just skyrocketed from there. And I guess it must be something that doesn't happen frequently at a Barnes and Noble, that someone sells over 10 copies, and being indie. I have tried a few times now to get another signing there, and there's a slight possibility around Thanksgiving of this year, but I'm gonna have to check in again and so forth to see whether that happens. But it just totally exploded. Like I said, over 10 million views, went viral. I've got over 10,000 followers on X. Emails from people who I haven't seen in a while, people who I don't know at all, who were like, thank you for putting yourself out there. And one person, I think it was a bully, and I didn't really consider him a bully, and he was from a place I used to work. He said, I was really mean to you and all that, and I feel terrible about it, but I am very proud that you went and you pursued your dreams. And so it just kept building from there. Uh, October 4th of 2024 was the day I released the Discarded Knight, which is my still my highest seller to this date. And you know, I beat that deadline, and that's a
I'm
year
so
deadline, and I
I'm so
hit I
sorry,
hit a
Andrew.
thousand sales.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Andrew. We couldn't really see it. Do you mind
I'm
actually?
sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I just want to make sure that, yeah. So if you guys just check that out, right? Like, super awesome cover. Story sounds awesome. I know a lot of people that have bought it. I know some people that have already read it and reviewed it and stuff. So make sure you guys check out the Discarded Knight. Um, Sorry, Andrew. I just want to make sure because it's a good plug right there. It is your top seller right now, right? So
It is a top seller. I mean, it,
for a
it, it literally
novella,
is.
too, like a shorter book, that's really impressive.
Oh yeah, it's only like 144 pages, give or take, and it's the only book out of the three that I have that has made it into a store. There's a Latrobe Chamber of Commerce that has 10 copies. I mean, I hope they've sold them all by now,
Yeah.
but it made it into there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great and all that. And it's part of the community and everything, and if at all possible, I come from the town where Mr. Rogers and Arnold Palmer were born, where banana splits were invented, Rolling Rock beer and everything. So hey, if I could have one of those little flags on a light post and everything that says author Andrew Johnston, that'd be totally awesome.
Yeah, yeah.